Hi everyone, it's me, Domino SNK.
Smash and Crash.
iiGGYxD.
FunCrazyFish.
And today we're talking about our beautiful cat, Toro. And
Yay.
yes, yes, many yays. And so we have on our podcast two well-represented Toro players who have performed well on, in streams and on tournaments. And so, yeah, going right off of that, Iggy, can you tell us what a typical Toro game plan is, and as well as where he lies in the tier list?
I'll start off with just on the tier list. He's considered one of the worst characters right now. He'll be on bottom tier. How he usually wants to play, the thing about him is, with all his stances, he kind of has something for each situation. So he can zone if he needs to. He'll be zoning out with his shurikens and his grapple, but then he has pretty easy AP burst combos when he needs to, or when he gets a combo started. Pretty much.
Okay. FunCrazyFish, can you name some matchups where Toro does pretty well in, and then could you list some matchups where he just piss poor in?
Well, yeah, some good matchups for Toro are mainly projectile users because of his short height. He can go under quite a few projectiles, such as Radix sniper rifle and Isaac's neutral square pistol shots.
Mm-hmm.
So his best matchups are against main projectile users. Some matchups where he really sucks though is probably the Raiden matchup and the Sackboy matchup.
Okay.
Where he performs really poorly because Sackboy Toro can't keep him.
Toro just can't stay in on them, essentially, right?
Yeah.
Toro loses to the camping.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, so what kind of changes would you do to Toro that wouldn't make him OP, but make him better player?
Like, what would round him out? What would round out his moveset better? And going off of that, let's go into his squares. With the neutral square?
For his squares, his jab right now, it's decently fast, but you can't do anything with it. I've heard other people mention this, and the more I think about it, I think it'd be fair. A fair buff to him is making it cancelable, so you could do like square, cancel it into like neutral triangle in the justice stance or stuff like that. Because right now you can just do the jab and that's pretty much it. Doesn't have too much of a use.
Could you cancel into more than just the justice stance, or would you?
Well, I mean, you could cancel into any. It would be just it would cancel into any move depending on which stance he's in currently.
Okay, so it'd be cancelable on stance dependent then, correct?
It'd be like if the attack hits somebody, you can cancel that into another move. So you could do like jab, cancel the mochi ball. Not into another square move, but you could cancel the jab into another triangle move. Pretty much.
Okay, I see what you mean. Okay, I could go with that.
Just kind of be like a combo starter.
Yeah.
Like most jabs are supposed to be,
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's go. Alright, so basically for that move it'd just be cancelable on hit. Would you want it cancelable on block, or do you think just on hit would be enough? Okay.
I think it's kind of a short range and the recovery is fine enough where I don't think it needs to be cancelable on whiff, just if it connects with them.
Alright.
And if they block it, it won't. Just if it hits them to go into a combo with it, that'd be fine.
Alright, let's go into his down square, the sweep. A little broom sweep.
Yeah, where he just kind of sweeps
on the ground or in the air.
We're just starting on the ground first.
That move is fine how it is. It's pretty good to hit both sides, so if they roll behind you, you can hit them and kill confirm off them. And I think that no changes whatsoever.
Okay. You agree with that, Iggy?
Yeah, I think it's fine as it is. It's not too strong, but it has its purposes they can be used for.
Okay.
What about his side square?
I like his side square a lot. The trajectory that it sends him at, it's good for you can do certain like unique strings with it, and also if you hit it with a grounded version, it downs them, so that gives him an Oki opportunity. So I think it's fine as it is.
Yeah,
right
you
now.
can also wall bounce off of it, wall bounce combos off of it too.
Okay.
Alright, so that much to those two. Alright, how about the up square, the little headbutt?
That's fine.
Yeah, it puts him in I think it's the butt drop. Yeah, the butt drop. It's good. You can start combos with it. You can do butt drop, and then you can go into the justice stance and get a full AP burst combo. Comes out relatively fast. Another move I really wouldn't change at all.
You can get a kill confirm off of it.
Okay. Let's jump into his aerials then. How do you feel about his aerial neutral square?
It's really good. It's pretty good. You can cancel it out to a lot of different moves. You can hit them and then drop to the ground with enough hit stun to hit people. It does 5 to 10 damage, so I think it's fine as it is.
Alright.
I agree with that.
Alright.
Okay, let's pick a move that actually changes his moveset. What about his aerial down square?
That's one of his more useless moves. It is possible, but it doesn't really have enough stun to be a combo starter. And hits him, and when you hit him in the air, they automatically just air tech. His recovery on it's really bad as well. Right now, it just doesn't, for how I play him, it doesn't have that much of a use. If anything, for a change to it, I wouldn't mind it having slightly, not enough stun where you could just do that into level 1, but enough stun where you could at least be more accessible to start combos with.
I agree with that. That's awesome.
Would you give it a slight AP increase, or just leave it the same?
It's 10 AP, that's perfectly fine. Just a little bit more stun to it.
Okay. Aerial side square?
That move is pretty much the same as the grounded version. I like it how it is. The trajectory that sends them in is nice. It gets them off you if it needs to be, and it's also good for certain wall bounce combos and stuff like that.
Okay. What about the air up square? The little headbutt in the air?
That's fine as it is. That's a great kill confirm setup, combo starter, great AP. It's fine.
Alright, so, what about his circle button? For starters, what about his sleeping?
That's good. It gives them another way of playing. It's something I'm trying to experiment with now. Certain characters that are good at pulling you in, you can just use to build meter. I think it's fair. I think what is it, 5 AP in spurts, so I think it's like 15 and it pauses. The AP of it's fair. It takes a little bit before you actually start getting the AP.
Yeah.
But there's nothing I would really change to the move.
Kind of like how the boombox works, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is.
Yeah, and it's nice that you can cancel, like, while you're sleeping. You can't pretty much do any move to cancel it.
Okay.
So it's a nice tool.
Okay, what about the air version of sleeping?
Any changes to that? Like, fall speed or anything?
Or like, being able to cancel out of it or whatnot.
You can already do that.
You can cancel it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, changing that.
So, air sleep is also fine then?
Yeah. It gives you less AP, but it's still useful.
Okay.
Okay.
Smash, keep going.
Let's
it's really when you get into the specific triangle stances where I'm gonna have a lot of my changes. Sorry, it's kind of just like...
No, it's perfectly fine.
Okay, just like FYI, so you guys are like, no, everything's the same.
Okay.
I know it all focuses on his stances and the triangle button. Yeah.
Well, like I said, I feel like his moveset's really good, really balanced. It's just his supers. But anyways, back on track.
Yep.
Keep going,
Alright.
Smash.
Okay, so what about the stance changes, like the up circle where he goes into his justice stance?
I like the move a lot. It's a pretty good anti-air, even though you can't really do much after you connect with it.
Yeah.
Something I would kind of like with the circle moves is another something I've seen mentioned on especially the official forums is if you're already in the stance and you do the move, you don't go into the like behind the curtain change. You just straight up do the move. So maybe come out a little bit faster.
So kind of remove that little curtain.
Yeah, like if I'm in justice stance and I do up circle while I'm in that stance, I just do the uppercut instead of going behind the curtain. Which for that move it wouldn't be because it's still pretty fast, but like when you go to like the Toro throwing the shurikens, it has some start up to it when you're going behind the curtain and changing. But
yeah, I see.
I think if you're already in that stance and you're just throwing the stars to like zone with, if you just automatically throw them without doing the stance switch since you're already in the stance.
Okay.
I get that, yeah. Keep going?
Yeah,
what about his into the ninja stance?
This one's good. They have really good range. My problem with them is you have the side circle, which gets you about 10 AP, But then if you do up triangle, which is shurikens again, you get 16. I think the side circle version could use a buff to the AP gain to be 16 as well, since it's pretty much the same attack. It's pretty much 3 per star, then you get the extra 1 AP. And so if all 3 hit, it should be 10 AP, which I think, yeah, like I said, put that up to 16.
Is that it? Alright, what about going into the Oni stance?
This move's pretty interesting. It's not a move you generally see. It causes a hard knockdown, so it has a pretty funky hitbox to it, disjointed. So it's pretty good.
You can't combo off of it at all, though.
Yeah.
So
as far as changes I would make, maybe make it come out a little bit faster, so you could potentially combo in or out of it.
Okay, so what do you guys think of his justice stance in general?
His justice stance, it gives him access to probably one of the easiest AP bursts in the game. Neutral triangle, specifically the elbow, is one of the fastest normals in the game. So it's a good stance to just kind of play defensive, wait for them to do something unsafe, and then just punish it with neutral triangle until a full AP burst. Overall, stuff like his forward triangle, it has good range on it. It's mainly just, it is more like a campy defensive style to this stance that you're going to get a lot of AP burst off with.
Okay. Let's go into his triangle moves. Okay, so would you make any changes to his ground neutral triangle?
Like I said, it comes out really fast, and it's a really good combo starter. If there was something changed about it, possibly making him recover slightly faster. Other than that, I think overall it's a really good move. Has a pretty good range to it. Doesn't need too much change to it.
So then, what about his side triangle, the donkey kick?
It's not as used, but if it is, it's usually a combo ender, being a 30 AP, sends him knocked away. Okay. You can juggle. It's kind of nice on maps with no walls. You can loop it, and you can do that for an AP burst. It comes out pretty fast.
Okay. Iggy, fill him in what he missed, really quick.
Just the 2 triangles.
Yeah, we just went over the neutral triangle and forward triangle.
Side triangle. Yeah.
Yeah, I just said it comes out fast. It's a good combo starter. It doesn't need too much change. If anything, maybe just make it where he recovers from the move a little bit faster.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Okay, Smash, keep going.
Alright, what about his down triangle, the karate chop?
For the karate chop, like I said, like all of his triangle moves kind of like intertwine with each other. It's just that's usually the go-to move after landing a neutral triangle. But it has a good range as well. It comes out decently fast, and it causes a ground bounce or hard knockdown if it catches them in the air.
Okay.
I wouldn't change too much about it either.
Alright. Do you agree with that, FunCrazyFish?
I do.
Alright. What about his up triangle? The little uppercut.
It's another move of his. It can be used as a good anti-air to catch people coming down on you.
Okay.
Again, with all of his other Justice Stance moves, I wouldn't change this one either. It's fine as is.
Alright. Let's go into the air versions of each one of them. So, air neutral triangle, the little spin kick.
It is bad.
Oh wow.
Yeah, this is probably one of the moves, at least another one that's not seen as much. If you get him with about short hop height, it's gonna knock him, put him in hard knockdown. The range on it isn't too great, and you only get 10 AP out of it. I think maybe putting the AP up to 20, since all the other air versions of his moves are 20, that's the only one that's 10 AP. I don't really see much that could be done, or what they would do to change this move, really. I mean, you can't really change the knockback. You can make it
wall bounce, maybe? Like, have like a better wall bounce property?
I guess you could do that.
Yeah, that would just be changing the trajectory, making it go further out, really.
Okay.
It's just one of the. It's not really used too often, but he has other moves that are just better. Like his air forward triangle is just like a better, longer reach, comes out a little bit faster.
Yeah. I kind of feel like his air neutral
Just gets
triangle.
overshadowed.
I kind of feel like his air neutral triangle is kind of like a mini get off me kind of thing. But alright. What about his air side triangle, the forward kick?
This one, it's got a really good range. You get 30 AP out of it, so that's awesome as well. You can do some good wall bounce combos with it. And I think with the AP you get out of it, the cooldown of it's fair as well. I wouldn't change anything about this move.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on. Alright, what about his air up triangle? Pushing them up, like with that little kick.
The hitbox is really kind of wonky on it. I like that word, but maybe make the hitbox extend more to the right of him.
What?
You see like the swipe of it when it does the move, but I'm like you can stand right in front of the character and it won't hit him. The only time it's really useful is when they're right above you and they're coming down on you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, what about his air down triangle? The little smackdown thing.
It's puts him in a hard knockdown. Its hitbox as well isn't the greatest.
Okay.
It's manageable though. I wouldn't change anything on that though either.
Okay.
Okay.
So basically, what I'm a TLDR of Toro's Justice stance is that it is very well done, essentially, except for like maybe 2 moves.
Yeah.
Okay, now that we covered all the Justice moves, let's go into the ninja moves. So what do you think of his neutral triangle? A little grab. Little chain grab.
It's really good. It's one of my favorite moves of his. It comes out really fast, and it's in the air. It gets you 36 AP, in total of a 3-hit combo. Ground version gets him 26 AP. There's actually a potential nerf I would like to have on this. If the opponent is blocking, you can literally just spam this move, and it retracts near instantly. And so, there are some ways around it, but like if they try to jump out, they'll just sit there blocking while you can get free AP on block. It's easy to it's just a good high pressure move that I think needs to be fixed.
It's a pretty stupid move, right? That's what you're trying to say.
When they're blocking, yeah.
Yeah. It's just
The
stupid.
change I would have would just make it where it doesn't retract like instantly. Probably make it do the same retract it does when you whiff it completely.
Okay.
Instead of just instantly being back, so you can just spam it.
Okay.
Other than that, the move itself, it's good either for ending combos, it's a good amount of AP, and it has really good reach if you're trying to play like a keep away zoning game.
Mm-hmm.
So other than just nerfing how it acts on block, that's really it.
Let's go into his grounded side triangle. The little ninja slide with the fish.
The grounded slide triangle is a really good move. It can set up a combo, a pretty good combo, and but there's a problem with it. A nerf would be it's very easily spammable. It's extremely spammable.
Okay.
It's great for catching people off of wake-up rules, but it's extremely spammable.
And to kind of tag along with that, I was going to bring that up. That's another one of his moves that could use like a slight nerf, nothing huge, but when someone's blocking, the active frames of it still like go through the whole animation, so they can have it blocked, but it'll still make 3-4 hits later. They have to keep blocking.
Yeah,
I think if someone's blocking the move, the hitbox of it should stop instantly.
Yeah, I've actually seen Toro players just abuse that slide kick.
Yeah, and that's where he's kind of talking about they can just kind of spam it, and people that don't know how to react to it or how to block it will get opened up pretty easily by it.
Yeah, it's kind of like a neutral triangle, a stupid move.
I think the range of it, the speed, everything else is fine. Just make it if someone's blocking the attack, that the active frames just stop instantly.
I feel like
it was. From it.
I feel like it was just a mistake on Superbot's part, or like
it could be.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, because I felt like that's really weird. Alright, what do you think of his up triangle, the ninja stars?
I like this move a lot. Make you catch opponents above you, and you can kind of just keep trying to guess which way they're going to attack in the air and try to follow them with it. 16 AP, that's pretty good. Comes out relatively fast. I like the move a lot. I wouldn't change anything on it.
Okay. Do you think the same thing, FunCrazyFish?
I do. Just a little side note, if you hit them with them higher up in the air, the shurikens become more AP. They're worth 10 each time. The higher they travel, the farther apart they get from each other.
Oh wow, I never knew that.
Huh.
It's an interesting side note.
Yeah, so I wouldn't change anything about it.
Okay. Yeah, that seems pretty balanced. Alright, what about his down triangle? The little ninja teleport?
This move is one of his moves I would like to change for the better, maybe a slight buff to it. You can't really combo into the move, it won't start combos, you can't really finish combos with the move itself. To me, it seems like its main purpose is just kind of like get away from a bad situation. The problem with that, you can hit the cloud after he's already teleported and it still hits him. Like, he might as well just be, the cloud might as well be Toro's hitbox, hurtbox, I don't know the proper term for it. But, a buff I would like is once he's in the cloud, he can't be hit until he comes out. And this also needs to be kind of like carefully tweaked if it was changed, because it could, I don't want it to be broken where you can like spam it, like slice teleport and be untouched.
I mean, with the recovery on it, I don't think it's that big of a problem.
Yeah, I mean, it's punishable if blocked. I would just like to be able to just, okay, someone's putting pressure on me, I can down triangle and kind of get away from a bad situation when I see an opening in a block screen.
Yeah.
But how it is right now, I can't do that. And I think for being a move that you can't really get you can't get a kill, you can't get a combo, it's just a one hit, I think that's a fair buff for it. And it's only a 10 AP move, I believe.
You don't want to add more AP to that?
I think if they just made it where you had some invincibility, like once you win the cloud, you're invincible until you come back out, and it was able to use to just get away from a bad situation, it shouldn't give you that much AP. It's just kind of like, it's a maneuvering move, mobility, just to get out of a bad situation, and the AP on it would be fine.
Okay. Let's go into his air moves now. What about the air neutral triangle?
Air neutral triangle, like I said before, it's got 36 AP. It's probably one of his, in doubles, free-for-all, one of his bigger AP gain. Outside of course, getting combos, but just kind of like hit and run style if you're playing keep away. That's your main tool for gaining AP. Comes out really quick. It's relatively hard to punish him if it's missed, unless you're like right next to him or right under him, similar to like Cole's tether if blocked or what.
Yeah.
I wouldn't change anything on it.
Okay. The one about his air side triangle, the little kicks.
Luke King kicks.
Yep.
This move. Oh, go ahead.
It's great for catching people like off guard and stuff.
Yeah, it can. It's usually used as a combo ender. The AP. Let me see what it is real quick. 20 AP. That's a decent amount of AP. You can't really do much after it. But
yeah.
it's also a good tool to pressure people if you know they're going to be blocking it, because you can kind of follow up after it with like a neutral triangle or something other to start a combo.
Okay. What about his air up triangle, which is air shurikens?
It's just a better version of the grounded one. It's pretty much the same move, but if you short hop it with the air up triangle version of it, you can cancel it and just throw it at a faster pace. Same as the grounded version, I wouldn't change anything on it.
Okay. What about the air down triangle, which is his air teleport?
Basically the same thing as what Iggy said earlier with the grounded version. Just make the cloud invincible.
Okay, so like, well, that's all the ninja moves. Like a quick TLDR of it. So you would want to kind of nerf the neutral on the side triangle, but buff or not touch the up triangle and buff the down triangle.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, let's get into his Oni stance now. What do you think of the ground neutral triangle, which is the mochi ball?
I don't necessarily use this move that often. It takes way too long to charge. A buff I would like done for this one, which also, if done, needs to be done carefully. I would like it to be similar to Evil Cole's Punch, where I can charge it, either roll cancelled or jump cancel it, and I hold that charge. So if I've charged Mochi halfway up, then I have a halfway charged Mochi that I can throw later on.
Okay.
Now what I want it to do is, because I know if the full charge is unblockable, you can't store the unblockable. Either you hold it all the way down and throw the unblockable, or you stop the charge halfway through, 3/4 of the way through, and you hold that charge. So that'd be kind of broken if you could just store the unblockable Mochi and just run around throwing that around.
Yeah, that'd be kind of stupid.
Yeah. But just being able to just being able to charge the heart Mochi and then store it, it would make the move a lot more useful.
Yeah, it'd be pretty effective in combos too.
Yeah, so either do that, or if you don't want to change that, or he can store it, then just make the charge time a lot faster. Because with how slow it is now, you're not getting much with that.
Alright, what about his ground side triangle, the little hammer swing?
This is one that's probably a good combo ender. One thing with it, for me, is I think in total the 3 hits should gain you 30 AP, not 20. First hits 5, second hits 10, third hits 10. I think it should go like 5, 10, 20, or what would that be? It'd be 5, 10, 15,
5,
sorry.
10, 20 would be 35.
Yeah, 5, 10, 15.
Okay, 5, 10, 15.
I think that's fine because you can't really combo off of it because it sends him really far up into the air. I agree, it's a great combo and it should be worth a little bit more. Plus, you can jump cancel after the third hit. Like, you can jump because you're already in the air.
And let me edit that. Yeah, actually, the hits are 5 AP, 5 AP, 10 AP. I would want to change it to 5. What was I saying? 30 AP. I'd want to change it to
5, 10, 15.
Yeah, that's right. My math's off today, so, you know. Anyways, moving on.
Okay, what about his ground up triangle, the little Mochi uppercut?
This is not used too often. The uses I have for it are on my wake up. If I know they're gonna grab, it kind of counters that. This is another move I think should go up to 30 AP over being 20, because you can catch people. It's a multi-hit move, and so you're not always going to get the full AP out of it. It's relatively good with catching people as they're falling down, but you're not really. It doesn't start combos. It's just going to be a combo ender that you're not going to be using too much. So I think buffing it up to about 30 AP in total is a fair change to it.
Okay.
Yeah, and if they don't buff it, they should at least let you get a couple more hits off of it as a combo starter a little bit.
Do you agree with that, Iggy?
Yeah.
Okay. What about his ground down triangle, which is the Mochi Slam?
This move, it's a 30, it's pretty good. Another combo ender for him. The startup of it is kind of long, but like I said, it's a combo ender, so you're usually going to have him in a stun state, so it's going to connect anyways. Hitbox on it's a pretty good size hitbox. It's good for just jumping in. You can also use it in like 2v2s if you need it. If you're in like a bad situation, you get people off you. You can sometimes use it for that. But with how long the startup is, you can't always use it for that situation. If I was to change it, maybe make it start up a little bit faster, but that's not really necessary.
Okay, that seems pretty reasonable. Seems like all of his ground triangle moves are combo enders.
Yeah, for the most part right now.
Alright, let's go into the air versions. So what do you think of the air neutral triangle, which is the air Mochi ball?
It's pretty good. I mean, it's basically the same as the ground version. I agree with what Iggy said, you should be able to charge it, but I think a change that if you charge it in the air, you should be able to jump cancel or dodge cancel out of it. Because you can't do that right now.
Actually, what I would say on it, I would only want to have it where you could charge just the ground version of it. The air version, I would just buff the speed of the charge. So if you're doing the air version...
So you couldn't hold that half charge?
I would just being able to hold a charge on the mochi would just be on the grounded state, and then if you ever did the triangle move in the air, it would throw whatever mochi charge you had from the grounded charge.
Okay.
In the air, you wouldn't be able, because there's not really any mechanic for, like you think like Spike's forward square is that his charge dive kick thing with the beam.
Yeah.
You can't really cancel it. There's no way to cancel it in air. There's no air dodge, stuff like that. Or there is air dodge, but there's
But you couldn't do it on the ground either.
You
couldn't do it on the ground either. You couldn't just roll out of it.
Well, I'm just talking for how Toro's works. Like, just you'd be able to charge, cancel,
like
store his mochi, but on the air version, you would just charge it normally and not be able to store that one.
Okay.
So, like, the air version would be a faster mochi charge for the unblockable, but in the ground version, you'd be able to jump cancel it and store it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Just curious, do you think like a scenario where you would just the scenario of charge on the ground, jump, charge on the ground, you think like that would cause any sort of problems, or?
But he said he wouldn't let you charge it on the ground or in the air.
No, that's what I'm saying, like a short hop.
Oh, okay.
Are you talking about like recharging it or what?
Just kind of like looping it to the point, like so that like it mitigates the like applying the bonus of the short hop air charge time and just applying it to the ground to cancel back into a quick air charge. Do you think that would cause any issues, or like, because it seems like if the air version would give him a quicker charge, it would be basically the whole mochi gameplay would just boil down to short hop, charge, land, charge again, jump, short hop again, charge.
That could possibly cause some problems.
So, yeah.
So how would you fix it then?
Let's see. So, I'm trying to understand exactly what you're saying. So you're saying, like, if the air version is charging faster, you're saying basically kind of like a loop, be able to charge the mochi, the air mochi to the ground mochi?
Exactly.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Because it takes...
It's like you said, this move is really...
It's just like a twitch.
It's like...
halfway...
Yeah, it's just like what you said. This move is like really hard since it's an unblockable fireball if it's charged all the way. So that's kind of like why it's one of those things you got to really look at.
I don't think the way it works, like how long you'd have to charge it to get the charge that's going to put them in a stun state where you'd be able to loop it. It takes too long. I don't think you'd be able to, after landing an air version, be able to land, charge that, and hit with it. Okay. Just because how long it takes to get it charged to that type of stun level on the mochi ball.
Okay, I was just asking just for just throwing that out there.
Yeah, I think it'd be fine. I'm not saying they should do both of those. I'm just saying if they were to add in being able to halfway charge it and store the charge, that would only be for the grounded version and not being able to store the air version. Just the air version, you'd just be stuck in there and throw it. Okay. Or throw like a single mochi, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, throw that half charge mochi that you charged up on the ground.
If you store one on the ground, the first mochi you're gonna throw when you do in the air will be that charge. But I'm saying you won't be able to charge and then hold on to the charge you have from the air mochi.
Ah, okay, I see.
The only thing you'd be able to store would be a grounded charged mochi.
Yeah. So
and then the next time you do a mochi, you could either, if you're doing the grounded, it would just finish the charge. Or you could just throw the charge you had previously. Like if you tap it, it would throw whatever. Let's say I charge it halfway. If I just tap mochi next, it doesn't matter from grounded or air, it would throw that half charge mochi. Or I can jump and keep holding triangle and it'll finish the charge and throw it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Alrighty.
Alright. Now let's go into his air side triangle, which is the hammer swing. The air version, that is.
With this move, I would like a change for it in that I think if any of it connects, it should be able to jump cancel it. So say if I'm swinging at someone and the first hit that does the butt drop hits, I can jump cancel that into like a dive kick or whatever and go into a combo instead of going through the full move. Or like if I whiff the first hit but then the second hit of the hammer hits, I can jump cancel that as well. But only if the hammer connects. If it doesn't connect, then you're stuck in the animation.
Okay, I see. What about
give him another option going in, give him a combo starter.
Okay. Do you agree with him, FunCrazyFish?
I do. That'd be a great addition.
Okay.
Okay. So what about his air up triangle? Flying Mochi Toro.
It's a great move because you can pretty much cancel it out before you do the little explosion at the end into any of his other moves, the dive kick, the Mochi Ball.
Yeah, I like the... Oh, can I continue, or do you want me to wait?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I like this move a lot. It's really good with catching when people are air teching to catch their air dodges. You can just kind of keep looping it if they don't react properly. And by that I mean like you can do like up triangle, cancel into Mochi, and then let's say like they do instant air dodge, you wait for the air dodge, up triangle again, and keep doing that.
Yeah, I've actually.
So it's good in that use of it. One change I would like for it is if you do the full thing into the burst at the end of it, if it would, because right now I think it's only giving you like 21 to 22 AP. That's not really a move that's particularly easy to combo into, and you're not going to get anything combo-wise out of it. So I think it should be 30 AP, just with how it looks. It should be 30 AP in total if you just do the up triangle and let it burst without canceling it.
Okay.
Yeah, that could do. I could do. I
It's
could
not
easily
as
do that.
fun as it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you agree with that, FunCrazyFish?
I do.
Okay. What about his air down triangle, the dive kick?
It's a great move. It was already previously patched because otherwise Toro would just spam that and then be able to jump and do it over and over again, allowing for most characters to not even get a hit in. So I think it's just fine as it is. It has decent hitbox, decent recovery frames. If whiffed, it can be pretty punishable, but otherwise it's fine as it is.
It's like now it acts like a regular dive kick and not some OP kick.
It's not Yoon Street
I don't
Fighter
know, for
3
me,
kick.
I would like. I mean, it was kind of ridiculous before because you could just do those headbutt loops, and that was like the main reason I know why they changed it because they didn't want those in there. I would like it changed to where like the hitbox is fine, the attributes of it are fine. The one thing I'd like to change is make it the startup of it fast enough where you're not just like in the air for like ever, but not like it was pre-patch where you can just do the headbutt loop, dive kick headbutt, dive kick headbutt.
Okay.
So cut the frames
If
enough.
that's even doable, I don't know. Like that's something you'd have to actually test with frames and all that. So
Yeah.
but I would like to be a little bit faster on start because where it is now, it was a useful tool, especially with catching rolls and such. But where it is now, I hardly ever actually land the attack to start combos with. Like,
Yeah,
and it's really
extremely
punishable on bot.
predictable.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause you're stuck there all day, so like once you start the move, you can't cancel or anything. So either make it like you can cancel it, like if you're stuck in the animation where he's like up in the air before he does a dive kick, you can maybe jump cancel it or something, or
Yeah.
make it where it comes out faster.
Yeah. Like I know it's like really predictable, especially when it's really high up in the air. Because like characters with kind of anti-air supers can just use it and kill you.
Yep.
Alright,
So basically a frame tweak on the startup and maybe something on the recovery.
Just very slightly,
Yeah.
nothing too
yeah.
crazy.
Okay.
Okay, so a quick TLDR of Toro's Oni's moves. You want to make the ground move charge cancelable, but you not charge it all the way so that you could guard break.
For the Mochi, yeah.
Yeah, and in general, you want to buff the AP gain on like every move except the Mochi.
Just all of his main type
All
of
of his
burst
ground.
combo finishers, I would like to have up to 30 AP. So up triangle, air, and ground based, and down. Well, down triangle is 30 AP. That one's fine.
And
Yeah, mainly just up triangle, ground, and air based, up to 30 AP.
Okay. And you also feel like his air neutral triangle is pretty much fine as it is. And if you do the ground Mochi charge, you would just use whatever you charged in the air.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you also want his hammer swing in the air to be jump cancelable.
Yes. If it connects with the
On
opponent,
hit.
you'll be able to jump cancel it. Yeah, on hit, not
Okay.
if whiffed.
Or blocked. Or
No, it has to like connect. I have to actually put him in the butt drop state.
okay. So just a natural hit. Alright. Also, his dive kick, you want to change some frames on that.
Yeah, make it come out a slight bit faster.
Faster starter frames, maybe a tiny little bit better recovery frames, just a slight, very slight.
Okay. I mean, those seem really reasonable.
Okay. Now let's go into perhaps Toro's most glaring issue, his supers. What would you do to his level 1 in terms of, tweaking?
I think it should have a little bit less starter frame so it'll come out faster, but otherwise everything else is fine with it. I don't really have a problem with it. But I would lower the cost of it a little bit. It currently costs 150 AP. I'm thinking it maybe slow it to 140, 135 or something like that.
I agree with the AP decrease on it because as it is a good super to punish certain things, it's not really accessible as some are, and 150 being the highest AP for level 1s, I think he deserves to have it brought down just a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of ridiculous. Like, I see a Toro AP burst, and he can't do his level 1 immediately because he's gotta get like a little more AP.
Okay.
I feel like that's a little ridiculous.
Okay, so going from that, let's go into probably the worst super in the game, his level 2.
This super, it had a really good idea. I think they just went about it wrong. When you watch it come out, it zooms out, and there's other level 2s that are similar to this. For example, one I can think of is Cat, where when she flies up, it freezes everyone around her. I think a buff for this super could be while he's doing his wish and the star is going up, that it freezes everyone around him. It just stops the game, everything stops, and then it resumes once the star starts descending down. And so this would cut the time for it coming down in half pretty much, and it would lead to more opportunities to land it. The way it is now, it takes way too long to come out, and because it hits pretty far away from him, so it can't really be used as like a counter like some level 2s can be. And then it takes so long to come out with no type of effect to stun the opponent or anything like that, that it's ridiculously easy to avoid it.
Like, I've actually noticed a lot of characters can combo into the level 2s. I don't know if Superbot really wanted to do that.
Yeah, that's another thing. His level 2 is why even be like pre-patch when he actually had more confirms into his level 1. I would purposely burn level 1s because I didn't want to get his level 2. It was that bad. Yeah. And so it just really needs to be tweaked. I think if just that alone, making it where it freezes at the start of the level 2, when it zooms out and the star goes to the top of the screen, just freeze everything, and when the star comes down, it resumes.
Yeah.
And that would just make it a lot more viable.
So, like, if that was implemented, you also wouldn't change, like, the AP cost or anything?
No.
Okay. It only gives you, like, 1 kill.
I'm just saying, just throwing more information.
That's fine.
Rounded out, Smash?
Oh, alright. What do you think of his level 3, the Demon Oni move?
I'm not sure of the statistics as far as how much it costs.
It costs 600.
Is it 600? Okay, so that's fine, obviously. But
all screen clearing moves cost 600.
Okay, well, I'm dumb in that aspect, but it's a screen clear. Being how his moveset is, I feel like his AP gain is above average. I mean, it depends on the characters he's facing. Some can just completely shut him out. But with I've never complained about his AP gain, so I think for what it is, it's fine. Especially if his level 2 gets a buff, then leave his level 3 as it is. It's fine.
Really, you wouldn't? So you wouldn't do like if they die, they lose like 15% of their AP or something like that?
Actually, that would actually be more fair for screen clear level 3s.
Yeah, because
just compared to the other level 3s where you can get. Let's say, like, in a free-for-all, if you run a level 3, like, I'm trying to think, for example, like, Kratos, Drake, Big Daddies, you'll be getting
multiples for sure.
On and off, yeah, multiple, they'll respawn, you'll get another kill. Cutscenes, you're just going to get the 3 kills free-for-all, 2 kills, and a 2v2.
And not only that,
I think there should be just an overall balance to everybody that has
screen clears.
Screen clear cinematic. There should be some type of extra bonus. And I think that what you just mentioned, it would be pretty fair. Have some type of AP drop, similar to like how Evil Goals just drains some AP and drops it.
Yeah.
have them drop like a certain percentage of however much. Maybe even if it was just like a grabs percentage amount, like what are they, 15% or something like that?
It's character dependent,
I'm
but
out
for
of
the most part.
Oh, character dependent. Okay.
You know, 'cause it would also put it in where it's an actual. It could be a good tool against characters that have those better level 3s.
Yeah.
Because it's just a tool to train them from that, keep them.
Okay.
That'd be something universal though, not really Toro based.
Yeah, I mean, all the people that were talking about screen clearing supers, they said they wouldn't mind that as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, most people wouldn't mind them either.
Also, not only that, Toro's level 2 only gets 1 kill, definitely. So, you know, that's always something to think about.
Okay. Let's round this out with glitches and call it a night. So, okay. So, what glitches does Toro have?
There is a glitch with the scorpion chain where sometimes if they hit you while you're performing it, it'll get stuck on the screen, like it'll get stuck like on top of Toro, and then he can no longer use the scorpion chain until he's killed.
Now, I think with that, what actually causes it is if they grab you while you're doing the attack. I've always had it happen to me, but I didn't really know what actually caused it, but then someone told me it was by being grabbed, and I tested it, and that is what causes it.
Really?
I could replicate it by them grabbing me while I was doing it.
It's the most annoying thing, because that's one of his best tools, in my opinion, and then when you can't use it, it's just bad for Toro.
Yeah, what will happen is the scorpion part of it at the end of the chain will just be stuck on Toro, and so you'll hear the sound of the chain going out, but it'll never come out. It'll just be stuck on them.
I've never seen that before.
It happens to me all the time.
I've only seen it once, and it's really it disables a move that, in all honesty, it's just kind of like, why?
Yeah. I mean, like, the only one I've really seen was kind of like the visual glitch. But that's another thing.
That's another thing. Okay, so...
Anything else?
There's another glitch that's kind of character specific. It's with Ratchet. If you do... Let's say Ratchet's doing his grab on you, and you try to short hop to avoid it and dive kick him to punish for it, he'll get stuck mid-air, and you can't move, can't do anything until you're either hit or killed.
Oh, the infinite
and so
state.
That's definitely something that needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
Where he'll just be like suspended mid-air in his dive kick animation if he tries to dive kick against a Ratchet grab and during his grab animation.
I've noticed that.
Dang.
Wow.
That's pretty weird.
Okay. What else is there?
Another thing for his glitch, they tried removing his air stall before. You're still able to do it. The difference in that, before you could just do up triangle, sleep, up triangle, and repeat that loop to stall. Now the way to get around it is to do a stance change. So you do up triangle into sleep, and then you do down circle, up triangle to go into back in his own stance, and that resets the loop. So it needs to be changed.
They just added a button.
You just have to still edit that where you can't go back into sleep after the up triangle. Just make it where you can only do sleep once and you can't do it again, even with the.
I mean,
or just make it where you can.
It's great for level 2s and level 3s and such, but it's really cheap.
Yeah, it's a good stalling move.
Nobody wants stalls in the game. You know, that's not intended.
My thought exactly.
Okay. Anything left?
Any like glitches in his supers?
I can't believe I almost forgot this. This is huge. They added, and this is actually universal with everybody. They added that has reversible supers. For whatever reason, it picks up. I could say I have almost a level 2, like 20 AP away from doing a level 2. They added in where if you do the opposite direction that you did the super within 5 frames of starting the super, you can reverse it. What the glitch is it will count this as doing the super twice, so it will drain all of your meter, and this goes for both his level 1 and his level 2. So if you have like a level 2, 10 AP away from level 3, it will drain all your meter if you reverse at level 2.
Really?
So this needs to be fixed.
I've actually tried to do something like that with Parappa, and I didn't see it.
That happens because Parappa didn't get a reversible. I mean, you can walk up and turn with it, but like if you look in the patch notes, it specifically lays out who was given this. I know for sure Toro and Spike have this glitch with their level 1s.
Yeah, Spike definitely has it.
Spike's level as well. I can't remember who else got it. You'd have to look in the patch notes.
Okay.
That's definitely needs to be fixed though. So nothing more irritating than trying to reverse your super to catch a roll and then losing all your meter.
Of course.
Yeah, that's
like you lose at level 1 plus like the 60, 70, 80 AP you had up beyond that.
That's like high risk and not a lot of reward.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Which I don't even know if that was intended. Maybe I'm missing that's the way it's supposed to work.
I don't think that was intended.
I don't think it was, yeah.
Okay. Anything left in Toro's arsenal, glitch-wise?
Nope. I don't think so.
That was it.
Okay. Iggy, could you give us basically a summary of what you'd like Sony Santa Monica to fix, like key moves to fix and key glitches, and we can call this a night.
Alright. For Toro, he's got a pretty well balanced moveset. The main aspect that needs to be changed is his supers. He can go on par against most of the cast with his moves, but when it comes to coming kills, he has trouble. He desperately needs a buff to his level 2, either being having the startup frozen and resume after that, or something to make a more viable move.
Right.
Fix his obvious glitches, like losing all of his AP on reverse supers. And that's really the main issues right now that need to be fixed on this.
And the key glitches to fix would be FunCrazyFish.
Those would be the one where when he does his reversible super, that he loses all of his meter, and that when you get grabbed when you're doing the Scorpion Chain, that the Scorpion Chain does not just stay on Toro and be unable to use it, along with his air stall, where you can't do the glitch where you do the down circle and reset the Oni stance, so where you can do up triangle again.
Okay. So going off of that, that would conclude our Toro podcast. Remember, everybody, to spread these podcasts around so that this information is spread more amongst the community, and so with that we can get a more unified of a voice of what we would like to see Sony Santa Monica do with this upcoming patch in the fall. And so going off of that was me, Domino SMK.
Smash and Crash.
iiGGYxD.
FunCrazyFish.
And we'll catch you guys next time. See ya.
Yeah.
Oh my god.